It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Yeah, everybody knows we're Army of Dollar Bills folks, meaning that we really focus on the value of every dollar that you get to lead and make decisions on. And we focus a lot because the deliverables, like if you look at the money multiplier that we have, I think a lot of times since we are wealth managers and we're helping you build wealth, we talk about what each dollar has the potential to become if you invest it.
That's right.
But realize every time a dollar comes into your leadership, you have an incremental decision. Do you spend and consume it, or do you invest it? And we focus a lot on the investing, but there's also the opportunity cost of every dollar you consume with your life of what it could become. And I think that's something we wanted to kind of pivot and focus on things that every American is spending money on that might be costing them a lot of opportunity in the future.
Yeah, and if this is your first time checking in with us or first time interacting and you've not heard of our wealth multiplier, go to our website, go to moneyguy.com/resources. You can go download this and it will show you exactly at your age what every dollar can turn into for you by the time you get to 65. So it's super, super powerful, super motivating, especially for young folks. You know, it's the whole $1 to $88 type idea. If you've not downloaded it, go to moneyguy.com/resources and check that out.
Before we go into the deep dive on what each dollar that you're spending or consuming could have become, I do think it's worth doubling back to, because it's the whole reason I'm on this journey, is that as a young high school student, I had an economics teacher. Y'all have heard me tell this story where they kind of opened up the world to me by sharing that if I saved $100 a month, I could be a millionaire by the time I retired. And I was like, say what? I mean,
because you were working at that time.
Yeah, I worked at Hardee's, working
palatable.
drive-through. And by the way, minimum wage back then was $3.80. And even making $3.80 an hour, I was like, I could save $100 a month. And, and we have learned as I've gotten more understanding of how compounding growth works, how investing works, this is completely true, but we wanted to actually put the numbers on it because my high school economics teacher was actually off. It's actually less than, because I was 17 years old at the time. It's a lot different, and Bo can go over what it takes to become a millionaire.
Yeah, so if you have this goal of becoming a millionaire, how much you need to save to do that very much depends on how old you are. So we have this really easy illustration we do, and we say, let's assume that a 20-year-old can earn 10% per year, and a 21-year-old can earn 9.9 and then 9.8, 9.7, all the way down. And we said, how much would you have to save on a monthly basis, starting at each of these ages, to get to $1 million by the time that you turn 65? And you're right. For a 20-year-old, the number is only $95. So Mr. Morrow telling you that you had to save $100 at like 17, he was off, right?
Yep.
You don't have to save $100 at 20. You have to do $95. At 25, making a decision to put away just $158 per month can turn you into a millionaire by 65. At 30, the number goes to $270. At 40, the number starts to get a little bit higher. Now you've got to save almost $800 a month. If you start at zero at 40 years of age to start building your wealth, at 50, the number goes to $2,500 a month. And then at 60, it becomes really, really difficult. You've got to save $13,000 a month starting at age 60 if you want to be a millionaire by the time that you get to 65. So what you can see is that the earlier you figure this out, the sooner you recognize how powerful your dollars can be, the easier it is to build wealth over the long term.